So I went through whatever I had. I was trying to figure out what should I do. So I may start, I mean, don't use the colors for your shadow. I don't suggest that. Use your warm gray or cool gray. But I probably use this and maybe this for darkest and maybe the combination of, and this is gonna be a little darker than that, and this can be somewhere in between. So I'm gonna combine a few colors, maybe not using that, but I'm gonna combine a few colors for that. So I'm gonna start with 1 or 2. I'm not gonna erase the numbers, so you will see that what will happen. 1 and 2. This is 1 and 2. Again, the markers that I have doesn't have 2 heads. It's just one. It's whatever I had from college. So that's why I'm trying my best to be as clean as possible. So the sphere that I said, this part is, sorry, this part is 1 and 2. This part is 1 and 2. This part is 1 and 2. And probably the stir is 1 and 2. Somehow it's not really that dark, specifically in here. So now I'm gonna do the sphere. I'm sorry, the cylinder. So I started from 1 and 2. Probably here is, oh, again, it's a little light. Wherever it touches the ground is a little darker. And in the middle, I'm trying to use layering, so if you have different shade, feel free to use it. So this is for how the cylinder is darker in this part. It doesn't get any color anymore. And how gradually it changes. And now I'm gonna do, let me see this part. Yeah, now I'm gonna do the hole here. Here is 3 and 4. Here is 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Probably in the edge, because it's against the light, it's darker here. And then here is 5 and 6. Maybe for 5 and 6, I should combine it with this. get a little bit darker color. See how it turns. So this is 5 and 6, this is 3 and 4, gradually going to the 1 and 2 because the light kinda has a reflection, and this is 1 and 2. Let me do the same thing for the cylinder, it might be even better. Yeah, I like it. Now this part is 0, so it's light. Here is 1 and 2 because it's close to the light, but also the shadow of this part of the wall will be on the floor. And also here. Probably here. I'm going to leave it right now here because I want to teach how it reflects on the object. And between these two walls also, this is darker than this wall. So it's, if this wall is from 5 to 6 goes to 3 to 4, this should be 5 to 6 because the walls that the light, natural lights comes through is the darkest. Now I'm gonna show, and as far as these goes, this object goes, just look at it on the floor plan. Because when the natural light comes, here is lighter, but as it goes down, it will be darker. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna start with a light. I intentionally put a line here, FYI. Probably here darker. I have to do layering, but you may use your different shade that you have. And this is just not the best option, but there you go. As far as the cube goes, this part is lighter than this part, so probably this part is 1 or 2. Very light, maybe even lighter than this, and this part is darker, and here is darker because we have light here. The light comes through, probably here is darker. Use your imagination for the shadowing as well, that helps a lot. So this is the shadow of the cube that I considered. on the staircase. See what will happen here. This is 5 and 6. What I considered. Also, we have a little bit of shadow here too. So this is the shadow of the cube on the staircase that we can see. And this part is the shadow of the staircase that showed on the floor here. This color a little bit to help me reduce the darkness. You may use your ruler or straight edges for specific places that you know for a fact that the shadow is going to be straight. And now for the staircase goes, here is darker, from the corner is darker and goes to the lighter part, right? So, and probably here is dark, again, darker than this part. Oops, that's a wrong color. It's okay though. We'll do it for the whole thing. See, as I go above, it's just gonna be that the shadow is gonna be lighter and lighter because the light comes through without any restrictions, and it's above. That's my understanding, of course, of the shadowing. Where's the door for this? Yeah, head of this. Okay. Starting from light. So from my understanding, I feel like the riser is darker than the thread. Riser is darker. Riser is darker. see the staircase is being shaped. Some part I put a little bit, I intentionally trying to put some kind of a mix of whites, like very light shadow here, because it adds more dimension as you play with your shadowing instead of just putting colors. So it's a matter of practice. And the thread is not visible, so this is how I shadowed my staircase because this part is lighter, stairs are darker, in that corner of the stair it's gonna be the darkest. So again, if I want to put shadow on my wall, this part, it should be like this. And so on. We'll do one more. I'm gonna finish it here with these lines. You continue that also. Like this. This part is gonna be the darkest, so make sure this wall, the wall that arches are located here, be the darkest wall in your rendering for your natural light. Again, I'm not gonna continue rendering the whole thing, just gonna show you how it's supposed to be. Probably to reach that darkness, I need to use this as well. Again, do not combine markers like me, because I didn't have enough markers and I didn't finish the whole thing. I just tried to demonstrate how the shadowing will be if you have natural light. This is not the cleanest shadowing possible that you may have for your final project. You may wish to do on your ceiling, that how the light it will be. It's up to you, but this is just a small tutorial that how the natural shadowing will be for this 2-point perspective. I hope it was helpful. Again, you can change the direction of light. I consider it coming just right like this. You may change it, it's up to you. I feel like this is the most beautiful one, showing that you have the power of understanding how the light goes on your object, how shadowing changes, how's the values of different shadowing. And I feel like before you start using your marker, you may want to use these numbers, saying that, okay, which part is going to be darker. Don't write it on your perspective. You can just write it on your tracing paper, saying that, okay, this is going to be, for example, 0, 0, 0. This part is darkest. So when you're using your marker, you're aware that what you're doing. And you may do a better job. This part I didn't continue. It's supposed to be continued, but I just tried to finish it, and this part should be continued. This part also. This is just a quick sketch. I hope it was helpful.